Good morning and welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday. One of my favorite tools in the Google Suite is Google Forms. It's great for online assessments. It makes it quick and easy to grade these assessments and provide feedback right away. One of the things that a lot of users don't know about Google Forms is that you can actually have more than one right answer per question. So it used to be that you had to use an additional tool like Flubaroo, which is an add-on in Google Sheets, to provide more than one correct answer when grading these assessments. But now Google Forms has this built-in quiz feature within the Google Form itself. You don't need to go to an extension. So how does this work? So I first need to set my Google Form up as a quiz. So I go to the gearbox, the settings, but over in the quizzes tab, I'm going to make this a quiz. And you can either have it immediately grade and provide feedback to the students. Keep in mind though, when you do that a student who is not done yet with their quiz could be provided with the correct answers from the students who have already submitted and gotten their feedback. So I usually turn on later after manual review because it's real quick and easy to then send them all out at the same time. I also usually do not include these two. You could leave point values. That way as the kids are going along, they can see how many points this is. So I'm going to click on my Save button, and I've gotten a question down here. Who's the principal at Biglerville High School? Well, I know how I would answer the question, but maybe the students are thinking differently than me. So I'm going to click on the Answer Key button so that I can go in and provide the answer. So normally I would say the answer to this is Mrs. Graham. But maybe the kids just say Graham. Or maybe the kids say, because I don't know about you, but my kids have a problem with capitalizing. Notice I can keep adding correct answers to this short answer question. So maybe I want to do one more, which is just Graham in lowercase. I'm going to make this worth 1 point. And notice it also here says mark all other answers incorrect. So anything that does not match the answers that I've provided will be marked as incorrect. And so while you're still limiting what the right answers are, I've just provided 4 different ways that students could answer this question. So I'm going to say mark all others incorrect. Click Edit Question. So I want to add another question. So I'm going to click on the Add Question button in my section 2. And I want to provide a way to have an open-ended question where there isn't necessarily a definitive answer. So my first question, there's a definitive answer. There's only one person who's the principal at Biglerville High School. But my second one may be a little bit more open-ended. So I'm going to ask a question, name a state with the letter X in it. So there's more than one state with the letter X in it. So I want to be able to provide for both answers to be given by the students and have it actually be correct. So again, I'm going to click on the Answer Key button within this question. I'm going to make it worth 1 point. So I'm now going to provide each of the answers. So a lot of you are probably thinking, Texas has an X in it. That's correct. There's another one now. Did you come up with it? It's New Mexico. So anything other than these 2 states is going to be wrong. But I will accept either one of these as a correct answer to naming a state with the letter X in it. So I'm going to mark all others incorrect, and I'm going to edit my question. So now if I go back up to the top and I do a preview, who's the principal at Biglerville High School? I'm going to say Mrs. Graham. I'm going to say next to get my second question, and I'm going to say Texas, and I'm going to submit it. I'm then going to go back in as if I'm a second student, and I'm going to do it again. So this time I'm just going to put Graham, and maybe this time I'm going to put in New Mexico. Now I could have also provided in the correct answers in lowercase, but they're proper nouns, so I'm going to leave it in capitals. I'm going to submit, and so now if I go back as the teacher, I can see I've got 2 responses. And if you scroll past the Insights section of the summary, I can see what my 2 answers were for who's the principal, and that I've got 2 different answers for the state. And if I come scroll back up here, so again, it's right underneath Insights, I can release the scores, which are in this case 2 out of 2. So they got them right. So I'm going to send emails and release, and the people whose emails were collected, in this case I didn't even ask for names, will get their scores. Now I can also go over to the individual and see what my score is. So the first one I got 2 out of 2. And the second one, I got 2 out of 2. So that's how to set up a quiz with more than one right answer. And that's your Tech Tip Tuesday for the day.